Let's go now with Frans Valentino. Says, hi, my name is Frans. I'm from Indonesia and I'm looking for a job after finishing my study programs. I would be appreciating your feedback for all my portfolio reviews. Let's take a look. Frans, character artist from Indonesia. Nice. Can definitely tell you're a character artist. I would like to see a complete male character, like a likeness or like a face or something. This katana looks interesting. Let's take a look. Yeah, you did a good job on this one. I feel like the skin looks a little bit too flat. Like I would add a little bit more complexity to the skin texture. But in general, I think you did a good job. Same stuff with the metal. Like this metal looks too plasticky. Too plasticky. So it's important to clean it. Did I rig it yourself? You mean the other character that I showed you? Yeah, for the pose, I did rig the character, but Lord tell him he did a full actual like rig. That one just a rig to pose. That one was just a rig that I used for the posing, for the presentation side of things. But Lord tell him did a full rig for that character. That should work for animation. Take a look at this one. Necromancer of Judgment, Inferno of Hell. Yeah, so in my opinion, friends, I feel like you already have the necessary information for the pipeline. Like you know about sculpting, you know about modeling, you know about texturing, but we need to push our quality a little bit higher. Haircuts don't look that bad, but it looks a little bit too perfect on the facial hair right there. So yeah, it's just that the sculpt looks a little bit lumpy in general, and this is a sculpt opportunity area. It's something that needs to be addressed on the high poly stage of the things. So, for instance, let's say this one right here. Let me see if there's another picture. Yeah, like this one. So if I take a look at this character again, I don't see the forms of where muscles are actually like going into the different parts of the character. So I would expect to see. Oh, I would expect to see a little bit more form here on the deltoid. I want to see the insertion point of the bicep, right? I want to see the tricep on the back of the character. I want to see the latissimus dorsi going nicely into the arm right there. I want to see the muscle. So it's form issue. Same for like this thing right here. Like I really like the design, but I would probably sharpen it, to be honest. Like I would go into a sharper point right there to make this thing look a little bit more graphic, a little bit more interesting. And I'm going to give you a tip that one of my teachers gave me when I was learning all of this stuff, because I used to do this quite a bit when I was like creating characters. This teacher told me that something that we tend to do quite often is we don't exaggerate things enough. So for instance here, one of the things that we can do is I'm going to grab this like crown thing that this character has, and I'm going to warp it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to really exaggerate this thing. Okay. I know the perspective's not going to be perfect right now, but hopefully you can see how much more interesting this character looks if we warp this a little bit more, right? Because the silhouette becomes way more interesting. So we need to learn to push certain things. I understand that there maybe was like a concept that you were following, but pushing this kind of stuff like quite aggressively can really make the character look a lot more interesting, rather than keeping everything so like control. So be sure to think about that when we're like planning our characters. And it's form, man. It's mainly form. Like I can see you're going really complex with the detail, but things are just like not feeling like they're cohesive with the rest of the element. They just look like a lot of blobs of clay on top of each on top of each element. We want to see the forms. We want to see the muscles. We want to see the nice interesting form. And this is again like a sculpture thing. I think if you improve that sculpt and then you go through the whole process as you're doing right here with retopology and everything, you're going to have a good result with your characters.